A disease that is compared to ALS weakens a person's muscles. They can't walk or use their hands. Eventually, they cannot swallow. It's called IBM, Inclusion Body Myositis. The rare disease is found more frequently in veterans.
But as our investigative team has uncovered, the VA does not recognize it, leaving veterans out of benefits they believe they rightfully earned. Here's our Jennifer Titus with diagnosis denied.
Angela. All right, you want to get me up?
You ready?
Yep. Born ready. Beam me up, Scotty.
Dennis McKinney's morning routine now. Looks nothing like it did nearly 60 years ago. While serving in the Army,
That's me.
Dennis would go from New York to Georgia, then to Germany.
We were in parade. We were marching.
And this is him now.
On Monday, we always refill everything.
At 82 years old,
I think I got enough medicine.
Dennis is living with Inclusion Body Myositis, or IBM, a rare muscle disease that weakens the body over time.
It starts off with weakness in the hands, especially in the grip, and weakness in the upper legs.
It's comparable to ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, but progresses much more slowly.
Over time, usually over 5 or 10 years, patients gradually lose the ability to walk, often needing a wheelchair.
It's what happened to Dennis.
I go out once or twice a day.
After living with the disease for 9 years, he's now bound to a wheelchair and relies on others for care.
I have an aide dress me, put me on the toilet, shower me. And if you don't think that's embarrassing, it is.
And what's happening to Dennis?
He was in the service for 4 years.
Is happening to other veterans across the country. Depending on the study and how you do the math, the number of veterans diagnosed with IBM is anywhere from 6 to 19 times higher than the general population. That's a wide range. The problem? Nobody formally tracks IBM diagnoses.
August of this past year, he could no longer stand at all.
Alicia Lother's husband, Dan, too sick for this interview.
It's ALS in slow motion is what it is.
But unlike ALS, IBM is not recognized by the Department of Veteran Affairs as a service-connected disease.
You're still waiting on disability.
Yeah.
It's why Dr. Thomas Lloyd, who has treated veterans with IBM for more than a decade, wrote to the VA in 2022 arguing patients deserve the same benefits as those with ALS.
More likely than not, whatever environmental exposures veterans have that are triggering ALS is likely also triggering an increased risk of developing IBM.
Okay.
How many of you guys are veterans that have been diagnosed with IBM?
Yes.
Veterans all across the country.
How many that have been diagnosed with IBM have been denied disability benefits from the VA?
At one time or another, yeah, we all have.
Are still being denied.
It's an oversight that just needs to be changed because there's no question that this is an issue among veterans.
We uncovered an internal presentation. It shows the VA is reviewing the disease with a report not expected until 2027. The VA says veterans can still file claims through supplemental claims, higher level review, or appeals.
They need to get the benefits so they can get the stability so they can move forward.
Lawyer Ursula McCabe says she's represented veterans with IBM whose claims were denied.
If VA simply recognizes the disease, finds ways to get it rated and evaluated correctly, and looks seriously at adding as a presumptive just like ALS, we don't have to wait any longer. It's a simple policy fix.
A policy fix we asked lawmakers about.
Is that something that you are going to do?
Absolutely. I'm committed to it, and I appreciate you bringing it to my attention.
I think it'll be an automatic thing, because if we can't get it done through Congress, we'll just ask the president to do it via executive order, and I think that this would be something that he'd be inclined to do.
something that these veterans hope will happen.
Gonna go that way now.
Not for them.
5,500, which is a great number.
But for future generations who see their routines
Thank you.
start to change.
I say my prayers at night, and I always bless everybody, all the ALS guys and the IBM guys, and and I say, can we get a fix for this so that the younger guys are not going to have to suffer through this?
Now, we did reach out to the VA, and they tell us VA recognized ALS as a presumptive condition based on evidence showing a possible association between ALS and military service. Veterans are 1.5 times more likely to develop ALS than the general population, while no similar association has been identified for inclusion body myositis. The VA continues to investigate this condition and asked the National Academies this year to conduct a new comprehensive study on IBM. The VA continues to decide disability benefits for IBM on a case-by-case basis. The lack of a diagnostic code for IBM in no way hinders VA's ability to make decisions regarding service connection. Now, we teamed up with reporters from across the country to share more voices about how IBM has impacted veterans. You can watch our full special, Diagnosis Denied, streaming Monday on the 10 Tampa Bay News app. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.